good evening.
Hello, hello, hello.
As you guys saw, Rob is not going to join us this evening. Dark Soul is in the dark.
As usual, I'm in my corner.
Frogzilla, Henry, Gloria, Evil Rick, how y'all doing? Shocker. Donna's in the chat. Everybody seems to be in there dark. Rob was
Yeah,
even.
hello.
Rob was
Hello,
even.
hello.
It should. He's having to sit down with the commander of his legion. Yeah, they got to get some stuff ironed out. You know what I mean?
Yeah, gotta crack that whip, huh?
Oh yeah, well the commander's probably gonna crack the whip. But
How you been doing, J-Man?
I've been making it, man. Work. That's all I do. You know me. Work, work, work. Same as
Yeah,
you.
you see, same as me. I'm in my little cab here, going down the road,
Yeah.
doing my thing.
Hey, Fat Glide, Godspeed night.
Hey, Fat Glide, welcome to
Oh,
this chaotic world of ours. So,
well, I put in the headline or tagline, whatever you want to call it, the title,
yeah,
news and whatever else we were going to talk about. The news happens to be, you know, how we talked about a couple weeks ago. Harley got some money for the Livewire project
yep,
there in Pennsylvania, right?
yeah,
Well,
$89 billion.
yeah. Well, it seems they're going to be paying out $290 million. Let me read this to you. State Supreme Court jury in Livingston County has awarded a total of about $290 million to the plaintiffs of a product lawsuit against Harley Davidson. The award included $120 million in punitive damages to Harold E. Morris and $120 million in punitive damages to the estate of his deceased longtime partner, Pamela Sinclair. Sorry for his loss. The jury also awarded money for pain and suffering, loss of enjoyment of life, medical expenses, reimbursement, future medical reimbursement, and future pain and suffering. It seems that they were hurt twice. Morris was seriously injured, and Sinclair, his longtime girlfriend, was killed by a malfunctioning Harley Davidson three-wheeled motorcycle. I'm gonna skip over that part. That's just somebody saying something. His Paul Edelston. He said small town justice was served on a big time corporation. I guess. The trial was on May 21st, so this is an old story. It happened in October 2018. Harley was notified of software used on a trike activated unexpectedly and caused the vehicle to veer off its intended course and crash, according to the complaint. In December 2018, Morris bought a 2019 three-wheeled Harley Davidson motorcycle for $36,949. On February 18th, he was driving the motorcycle in Florida when suddenly, unexpectedly, and without warning, it manufactured, according to the complaint. The brakes locked up, causing the motorcycle to swerve in the opposite lane and off the road down an embankment. Sinclair, who was Morris's passenger, was seriously injured in that accident, and the motorcycle was severely damaged. Morris took the motorcycle to be repaired. He got it back in May. The repairs cost $25,000. Well, in November 2019, he got a recall. Some 2019 and 2020 models, including Morris's, with the software problem. So December 3rd, 2019, Morris received that recall notice. He took it in on 2019, December 16th. Morris filed a claim with Harley Davidson for the first accident, seeking reimbursement of $53,000 in medical bills related to the earlier accident. Well, on December 17th, the Harley Davidson Customer Service Department contacted Morris and asked for information and documentation about the crash, which he, gave it to him. Morris took the motorcycle to the shop for service recall. The motorcycle was returned to him on that date, December 19th, 2019. On January 29th, 2020, Morris received a letter from Harley Davidson denying his claim for the reimbursement. So June 6, 2020, he was riding a motorcycle in Pennsylvania. Again, Sinclair was his passenger. And again, suddenly, inexplicably and unexpectedly, and without warning, it malfunctioned again, causing the vehicle to swerve in the opposite lane of travel and off of the road, where it struck an embankment, according to the suit. Morris suffered serious injuries again. Sinclair was killed. The lawsuit claims Harley was defective, increasingly dangerous because the product malfunctioned catastrophically twice. So the jury said, buddy, I agree with you. Harley Davidson fucked up. Here's the money. Hey, Salty. Greg.
My condolences to him and his family. For loss of, no amount of money is going to replace that.
True.
But that's their thing.
Cat, go away. You're right. So, money will not replace a life or time.
Yeah.
But at least the kids can go to college if they had any.
Yeah. The malfunction, would that be due to maybe the ABS computer having control over the ABS module? Or?
That particular article doesn't say what it was, but yes, it was a recall on the ABS software in that year.
Yeah. But this in line to the other issues that Harley's having. I mean, you got to go back to back in June, they had a layoff, and they have never really put those back in, those people back in place and whatever. They are struggling left and right. I mean, all you got to do is just Google, any Harley Davidson news on Harley Davidson, and them, doing the woke thing and stuff like that, which, Doc Harley and all them touched on. And to that exception of this, that just destroyed the whole ordeal with the York plant, because that money's got to be basically coming from out of our taxpayer dollars, which is the federal, money, and would basically swipe up the hand, you know what I'm saying? Now, was this a lower court or just?
I'm sorry, Dart.
Was this a lower court?
No, it was a New York Supreme Court, which technically in New York, the Supreme Court comes below the other courts for some reason. It's weird.
Yeah.
That's why Frogzilla doesn't want a new bike. Well, see, that's what the new kids, to get the kids to buy your bikes, a new rider to buy your bikes, you have to have what I think you have to have anyway is performance, comfort, and technology. Those three things are what the younger crowd is looking for. They want the technology, they want the performance, because hell, look at fucking East Coast and crew, man. They're riding wheelies everywhere in New York, running it up.
Not true with that. I mean, every time I turn around, a BD's posting something, dealing with somebody doing kind of something stupid. So they're on his TikTok and Instagram channels.
Yeah. Well, I see him when he reposts them on YouTube, his TikTok. So I see him when he reposts them on YouTube. So I don't know how old they are when he does them. We're talking about Black Dragon, guys.
So, and that's just another thing. Harley Davidson is really struggling now. And the other part of that was, remember, shortly after they got the $89 million, they turn around and say they're going to shift their production of their other, the other bikes to India. Well, if you didn't know, Trump got elected. Whoop whoop, train.
Wait a minute. I believe the only bikes they were going to build in India were those little bikes, the 350 and the 550, that weren't coming to the United States anyway.
Oh, okay.
So that's the only thing I think they were going to build in India. They weren't going to build the Fat Boys and things like that. I do not believe in it.
Well, I want to let you know now, John Deere. John Deere is getting their little buddy pre-spanked before he's even in office.
Everybody's running scared before he gets in office. Everybody. What's happening, T-Bone?
How you doing, T-Bone?
Yeah, everybody's running scared. That man's getting ready to. Well, they were going to make the Pan Am and the Sportster over there. Is that what you're saying, Rob?
Yeah, they were. That's what I'm saying. And so, in essence, I wonder, same thing with John Deere, that big tariffs. I don't know if y'all ever watched Glenn Beck, but Glenn Beck went on there and broke down how the tariffs work, and and explained it and stuff, and the history behind it and all that. And so, in essence, and everything, is to make these companies, it's break these companies down, get back to where it is. The manufacturers here. There is a link out there. It's called Mammoth Nation. They deal with USA companies only. You can go to mammothnation.com. No paid deal. I just know because I tap on it and I go shopping for stuff that's made here in the United States. And the buy here, pay here. I mean, remember back in the day, it used to be a big thing. Until as time went on, next thing you know, everything was starting to be made overseas. So, but back to what I was getting at and everything, Harley is really struggling now. Its sales are down because the demographics of these bikes and everything. $40,000, $50,000 for a CDO, and they don't even come with the touring pack no more.
No, you have to order all that.
Yeah.
Yeah, all that is now ordered and so forth. Yeah, it's crazy. You can't even get the. You have to buy the freaking. You have to buy the mounts for the tour pack. They don't come back.
Yep.
It's crazy. It's the stupidest thing, if you ask me.
Yeah, well, you look at my bike. I mean, the CDO is fully loaded out. With 117. Liquid cooled. That not true liquid cooled. It's just the heads are cooled, and with the tour pack and all that. The special paint scheme. So that bike there, brand new, was 40. 41.5, somewhere in there, and I got it for 31.5, because of the fact that actually I'm the second owner, but when I bought it, it only had 12 miles on it. I just lucked out. The guy just basically drove it to his house and then turned it back in, or I don't know the whole story, but there was a guy over in Ohio who bought it originally, and I lucked out. Now here it is at 48,000 miles on it now. Rebuilt motor already, so see if I can get another 50,000 miles out of this motor.
I wish you all the luck in the world. Yeah, I'm trying to look for you there, Frogzilla. I can't find it right now, but yeah, the reason Rob is not on here is he had a important meeting with the Legion riders. That they were going to duke it out with their commander. Yeah. Ain't that right, Rob? Did you hit him hard?
So
There you go. Something important. Yes, it was. He's been riding for over 50 years and he's never been able to buy a CVO. Yeah, but you bought a brand new bike though in 2010, didn't you, Steve?
well, see, that's the other demographic of this and everything. A lot of these people can't afford, that high payment. You know,
Well, I'll be honest with you. I did overpay for mine. I paid 26,000 for mine, and I pay $550 a month. Done that fucking hard. But I'm gonna pay it off soon, and hopefully, because I'm trying to make extra payments. So hopefully, I'll get it paid off within 4 years and be able to say it's mine.
Yeah, old Polly reached out to me from Valley Harley Davidson, where I bought mine, as before we went to Sturgis and stuff. And I told y'all about that when we was at Sturgis. They offered me the same thing I paid for it, take it off my hands, basically exchange up for a new one. And I'm like, nope, I'm good. So.
Well, yeah, they wanted you to take what you paid for it, and then you buy a brand new one and pay 14,000 more than what you paid for the other one.
Yeah, I basically got a year and 10 months left. I owed 18,000 left on my bike, so getting there. So chewing away at it.
Steve's telling us that it's a 2018. Did you buy it new, by the way? It's 97,000 miles, but you have put a lot of work into it. I will say that. But you put a lot of miles on it too. You ride shit out of it. His first bike cost $300. When was that? Was that a brand new bike or a newer bike? Because when a bike costs $300 when you were what, 18? That's 1930. No, I mean. I'm just kidding, Steve. I love you, buddy.
So, in essence and everything, I mean, where does it stand, with the dealerships? I mean, you have how many dealerships closed throughout this past year?
I thought they closed 600 dealerships nationwide.
Nationwide.
That's been in the last 4 or 5 years.
So I know they were going more towards the independent stores, there for a while. So the franchisees, I should say, the franchise, just like McDonald's, you don't want to open a McDonald's. You got to have used to be $2 million. Now they want $4 million. For you to pop it up before they consider getting one store. So, I wonder what they still have the franchisee program still going. You know what I'm saying?
Well, back to what you were saying about tariffs. People don't understand that they put tariffs on items that we buy. If we still buy them, we're willing to pay that company more money for them to give it to us. When if we don't have the tariffs and we still buy that product, we're getting it cheaper. You get what I'm saying?
It don't quite work that way. The tariffs is the tax. It's a tax the charge over. So say for instance the product's coming from China.
Right. They would tax that company in China. And therefore that company would raise the price of, say, a hand grip. They would raise the price of their hand grip, to make up for the tariff. That's all they got to do.
Well, it's the same thing, but same thing as trickle down effect. That's what it's called.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the reason why we call it inflation on top of that too. Problem is, through the years, man, you look at it. I mean, back when we're Gen X, man, when we started working and stuff, minimum wage was like $3 an hour. Yeah, you
$3.35
worked at
is what minimum wage was when I started working.
$3.35 and stuff and everything. You worked your 30 hours plus go to school, and you had enough money to take your girl out to the movie theater, and do some things. Today, nobody's paying that minimum wage, which is $7.35. Everybody's paying $15, $16, $17, $18 an hour. So in essence, their thing, everything's being compensated to handle that wages. That's the reason why you're McDonald's and everything. You go to McDonald's, freaking meal costs you $12 now. So I mean, they got that $5 meal there. Everything. Same thing with the farmers. The farmers, anytime the minimum wage up, the milk goes up. All things gets trickled down and gets spread out. So this whole idea, farmers, that the poor is going to get out of poverty. The only way they're going to get out of poverty is to get off their asses and do better and do a trade, figure out a trade or something to get out of the rut situations they're in. But a lot of them, I was prime example. Hollywood put it up the other day. This couple who has kids freaking living on welfare, and they're all panicking because the Trump coming in, he's going to eliminate a lot of this stuff. They're going to have to get jobs. Oh, poor little babies.
Randy and I were talking about that earlier today. I told you I talked to Randy earlier. Randy's doing great. He says hi to everybody.
Hello, Randy.
Anyway, he was talking, about the Social Security, Medicare, and all that. And Elon Musk is going to come in and he's going to get a hold on this shit, and he's going to fucking kick a bunch of people off of welfare and off of Social Security, and I think he's going to clean house.
I don't think not the Social Security part. He's going to restructure it where it's not no more wasteful spending. You got to look at everything. I would say to my parents, they're on Social Security. Okay, my mother-in-law's on Social Security. My father-in-law, is on Social Security. The biggest part of their checks and everything, they're going to basically get a big increase. No more taxes going to come out of that shit. And so I'll use my prime example, my mother-in-law. Out of her Social Security check, she has to pay almost $400 in taxes and everything. And it's city tax, state tax, and all that. So all that's supposed to be eliminated. So that's going to be put $400 more in her pocket for the month.
Well, it used to be you didn't, when you was on Social Security, you didn't pay tax.
No.
Now you have to pay taxes on it, and then whatever you work on top of that, you have to pay. Because, like, say you can do a job sitting down or something, you have to pay taxes on like $12,000 of it. Seen a woman crying because her 17-year-old daughter had to get birth control because she couldn't get an abortion. Good parenting. I heard one crying because her daughter had to get an IUD at 17. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about, lady? Your kid don't need an IUD. He doesn't need to be fucking at that age.
Hey, Jay, man, you can't say much, man. I was freaking 17, man. I was a freaking dog on a leash, man.
I know exactly what you're talking about there. I remember being 15 through 17, so yeah.
We're fucking dogs, man. We're trying to get a hold of that. So, I mean, and that's just their thing. Yeah, so my daughter, after she ended up getting pregnant with Eva, she went and got the thing put in her arm. That's good for 5 years, so she don't get pregnant again. But at the same time, no matter how much we preach at them, say, hey, don't be making the same mistakes I made and stuff. Yeah, they're still gonna do it,
Yeah, my daughter, she got the 5-year thing too. And the senator pays $4,000 in taxpayer money for a toilet seat, and the Pentagon can just lose $20 million. There's definitely government waste. That's the truth, Kelfire.
Fuck yeah.
They'll pay $1,000 for a freaking claw hammer. I mean, come on, a wooden claw hammer. Okay, Henry.
I don't know if this is. There's something was brought up to me at the bank that because some of the money that was allocated for Ukraine was put a stop to, and this bank teller was telling me about this. And I said I hadn't looked into it to see if it was true or not. Might want to look into this and see, but something about instead of the money going to Ukraine, it's supposed to be like $3,000, $4,000 checks that's supposed to be spread out. And I'm like, oh, so another handout, you know, instead of just, kill it and just, unprint that money, unprint those, those promissory notes, you know what I'm saying?
Well, that's why Nixon took us off the gold exchange, because every country wanted the gold, that because we were printing too many dollars, and we still print too many dollars. That's why the damn dollar ain't worth fucking 50 cents, if that.
All right, I'll give y'all a heads up, if anybody in the chat room or anything, go to my Facebook. All right, y'all know who has friended me and everything. I posted it in my feed. It's on Instagram. The guy explained what happened in detail, how we went away from the gold standard. Okay, and it's 100% true, everything he said in today, and how we led up to this fiat currency in today's society. And it just breaks it down. Just like Doc Harley, love history, because we learn from history. Supposed to learn from history, but when history is mulled over, tainted, and stuff and everything, and the old saying goes, history has a tendency to repeat itself. You know what I'm saying?
Well, Henry says he built crash rescue vehicles for the government, and they overpay for every nut and bolt. So even up there in Canada, it's that way. President of Ukraine just bought a $20 million yacht.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Well, like everybody said, it's going to be Dr. Harley, Ukraine's cash cow we're going to stop. Blah, blah, blah. Spit it out, Jamie.
Oh yeah, all the wasteful spend is going to come to a halt. And the people that are, I always said, just like you say about term limits, that should be put in place. Even with the welfare part of it and stuff. Yeah, I know people, need help and stuff like that. I'm not against that. But the part is, when they sit there and be on it constantly, I get on my daughters because they're both on the food stamps and stuff, and I plan to tell them, hey, you got freaking this much time to get off of that stuff. And they sit there and whine and complain. I said, no, it's time to get off your 2 feet and freaking get a job to work your butt off, and start buying your own stuff with depending on everybody. And it seems like it goes in one ear and out the other with this generation. So I just went on a little rant. Sorry, everyone in the chat room.
You're okay.
One of these things. Yeah, this is one of the things that just chaps my hide. Here it is. I bust my ass, working like that, which I am all for the income tax being demolished completely. Hey man, the taxes taken out. I mean, you got to look through history. Boston Tea Party, their tea in the damn Boston Harbor against tax. Part of the Civil War reason was the taxation on cotton. We went up to war over taxation. I mean, we liberated ourselves from a king because the king was trying to tell us some taxes over here. That was a Revolutionary War. But here it is. You're taxed freaking 30 feet deep. You're taxed when you're dead. So, I mean, and I sat down with some people and went through this and stuff. In all reality, I mean, there's people start talking, still barter out there. I remember watching the show called Barter Kings. I mean, you barter your way to what you want it for and stuff. I mean, Wait. That's
Okay,
what I'm trying to get at.
well, Hellfire's got another note for us. He says Jack Thune is the new Speaker of the House. He has been an advocate for motorcycle rights for years. Well, that's a good thing, man.
That's
But
good.
he's Democrat, ain't he? Or is the Speaker with the Republican? I don't remember.
I know who they were. The three they were choosing for the Senate. All three of them I don't like. You know, and that Scott, he gets it everything. He's he's a snake in the grass. You know, when it comes to the Second Amendment. You know, he backed some of the red flags laws and stuff like that. You know, and all that stuff is unconstitutional. Period. That's all I got to say. And you know, Trump's going to do basically like when you have your driver's license. Again, you should not have papers. Period. Your Constitution is your document. You know what I'm saying? You want to carry it on the outside of you, carry it on the outside. If you want to carry concealed, carry concealed. I mean, the whole moral value of it is for your self-defense.
Well, I don't know. I think you should be. You should have to carry it on you if you have to produce it. Like an instance, you get pulled over. You're driving right now. You should have your driver's license on you, your ID.
That's still, I drive a commercial vehicle. If your personal private vehicle and everything, you shouldn't be required. I agree taking classes and everything, you know, like our kids. They're in driver ed, you know, and stuff and everything. But you shouldn't be forcing them to get a paper to state, hey, it's okay for you. You graduate from high school, you get your high school diploma, but you don't have all your papers from when you went through school and stuff. Unless you have one of those moms that kept everything and say, oh, here you are. Okay.
Did your mom keep all your stuff?
She kept some of it. And she told my kids about them. You know, I was sometimes a hellion and, you know, through middle school and high school. So.
John Thune. Okay.
So, but yeah, if you're doing commercial stuff like Lyft, Uber, and all that stuff, yeah, you need a license. Because you got to remember, it's the United States is a corporation. You're doing corporate stuff. You're making money for profit. If you're just taking your vehicle to travel back and forth, get to your jobs, nah, you don't need a license. It's already been proven that there's so many court cases out there that it's already been up to the Supreme Court.
Well, Evil Eagle Rick says, shall not be infringed. A permit to exercise a right is an infringement. The right is the permit. Okay, but you do not have the right to be on the road unless you have that permit.
You're wrong there, J-Man.
There's no legal right to be on the road. What legal right in the Constitution do you have to be on the road?
I'm going to tell you, I'll give you something, J-Man. Where does your rights come from?
The Constitution.
No, it does not. Your rights come from God. From the Bible.
Okay, God-given right. Okay. Thanks for stopping in, brother.
Yeah, your God-given right. All the rest of the stuff is man-made stuff. You know, our forefathers were, you know, what the Constitution was inbred, the original Constitution was that put in place was based off of God's laws, trust laws, and come from the deal of God. But anyways, we got way off topic. We were talking about Harley Davidson here. We were talking about Constitution.
Frogzilla agrees with you. Yes, you do have the freedom. It's called freedom of travel. Is it in the Constitution? You have the right to freely travel. Evil Rick says.
J-Man, I sent you and Rob the documents.
I know. I read it. I read it before.
You said.
I don't remember. Okay.
Yeah. Love you,
Everybody,
brother. Love
so,
you.
the right to freely travel. Yeah, freedom to travel unmolested. We have the
The
right.
way the Constitution was really set up there, thing. If I harmed you, I wrecked with my automobile and caused damage and harmed you, then you have a right to sue me to get back wages and damages back for deal. Okay. In the meantime, and everything, if I'm traveling down the road, I'm not harming anyone. There is no basis or grounds. And I mean, there's a there's a lot of YouTubers out there who challenge these cops left and right, and these cops have been arrogant and got power hunts and stuff that is just ridiculous. You know, I have been in court several times and I won several of my cases. Now there's some I lost, and I had to challenge it, go up to the next level court. So that's what I was asking about Harley Davidson. So you were saying the Superior Court. Now Harley Davidson can turn around and take it to the next court. That's the federal courts. They could probably go all the way up to the Supreme Court. But I don't know if Harley Davidson is going to do that because it's going to cost them more money. Yeah. So
Well, like I said, the Supreme Court of New York is where this court case happened, and they're a lower court than the appellate court, I guess. And yeah, everybody's chewing me out, man. Like I told you, man, I've read it, and I just get too high and can't remember exactly. Okay? Man, travel the permit should prove your efficiency to use the infrastructure safely. However, when any dishing can get a driving permit, the usefulness is lost. I hear you.
So, and what we're getting at is what I'm trying to say. All you really need is a passport.
Yeah, you did give
Okay.
me a copy. Yeah, as a matter of fact, I have a copy of the Constitution right over here in my tin foil. I'm sorry.
So
Oh, maybe
maybe.
I'll try that next time, there, Dr. Harley. He says if I read it high, maybe I can remember it.
Hey Doc, yesterday I called him up and everything, man. You could tell he was really high. He was hitting that 420 pretty hard.
Actually, when the phone rang, I was dozing off, so you kind of woke me
That's
up.
how high. That's how high he was.
I was high. Yeah. Oh, I
You
had
know, I need to have that. I need to have that song playing sometimes on our deal. When you get high.
yeah, because I got high. Yeah. Well, I have a friend, and she had a medical marijuana card. Okay. Well, we trade her gummy bears for cigarettes because we get cheap cigarettes. So I'll go over. When it was medical. Now I can go get them by myself if I want. But anyway, she gets the medical grade gummies, and fucking those things are good, man. I had one before I left work. it's now hitting me. It's pretty good. That's why I think everything's free right now. Sorry, guys. Yeah, okay. Fat Pride, are you saying Kelfly is a little handsy in the vehicle? Constipation.
Hey, they got something for that. It's called something in a brownie that gives you a free big old colon cleansing. Okay.
When don't I hit it hard? It's dark soul. That's what Dr. Harley's asking you. And
What's
Greg,
that?
he said when Dark Souls Corner, when doesn't Jamin not hit it hard? I got bifocals and still can't read. I would say frog vocals. I would say
frog or Jane man. I have to say frog.
I would say
Frogzilla. Yeah, I have to say that.
Yeah. I don't think weed is a drug either because God grows it. Drugs are man-made. The way I look at it. Like peyote, God put it on the earth for a reason.
That's why I get mad. I'm not a chemist, and all these chemicals, that we make, and the derivatives of it and everything. I mean, primary example, crude oil. From crude oil, people don't know, but crude oil, once it's broke down, it's just not gas and diesel, kerosene. It also your plastics, even your freaking cooking oil. It breaks it down to where yeah. People just don't realize, yeah, let's get rid of oil. Let's get rid of oil. Well, shoot, man, it provides a lot of things. Now,
well, when the world went to hell when DuPont manufacturing company came out with plastic and the Teflon coating. That's when the world went to hell.
Yeah, I remember the glass bottles. We used to, as kids, collect them, and we get 5 cents. That was our candy money, or stuff to go back to the grocery store.
Pop bottles. Yeah, we went around. Yeah, exactly.
I mean, talk about the ultimate recycling right there. I mean, the bottles went to the manufacturing, got broken down back in, bottles are made from sand. So, I mean, your brown paper bags, yeah, they're made from carbon, the carbon particles. The reason I know that is because there's a plant down in Louisiana that I used to do work with a company, J.E. Barrett company was do installation for the Exxon, and we would go in these big furnaces and stuff like that. We were in there laying out insulation for this big burner that freaking made carbon to make for paper bags and stuff.
Huh.
So yeah, that was nice. Those were dirty jobs. That's my grow right there. Dirty jobs right there.
Right.
Put on a white suit and come out black.
Yeah, I've had a job or two like that. Used to be if you ran into a fence, you had to either fix the fence or pay to get it fixed. Now you get put in jail, fined with a dozen crimes, and paid 10 times as much as the fence cost. As a matter of fact, Evil Rick, in the 90s, I had a car roll out of a driveway and hit a fence and then hit a car. The lady had to turn it in on her insurance because I couldn't fix the car. I could fix the fence, but I couldn't do body work. So she had to go have the car fixed. Well, she turned that in on her insurance. Her insurance turned around and sued me. I wasn't even in the car when it hit her car, but they sued me, and I ended up having to lose my driver's license because the car rolled out of my driveway and hit her car. And it wasn't insured, of course. That's another story. Anyway, man-made cocaine. Well, now, man perfected cocaine. The cocoa plant is still, grown. I'm just saying. Give me an ounce and lock my doors. Yeah, and all you do is peer out the windows all night. Fuck that shit, man. That ain't worth it. Stay away from drugs, kids. Drugs are bad.
Oh, that's something else, J-Man. I looked at the demographics of our show. Our audience is all from 40 years old and up.
Okay.
Did you see that? So I don't think any kids watch our show.
You never know. My granddaughter may just happen to fucking come across this show maybe just once in a while because she does watch my other channel. So, oh yeah, on my other channel I picked up another subscriber. Thank you so much.
Congratulations.
Yeah, we'll get there. You know, we'll get the watch hours if not anything else. It's like we always said, anything this channel does make, it's going to go to one of 3 or 4 different charities.
Well,
Oh yeah, and,
I'm gonna call it short tonight, J-Man.
something
I
we need to talk about, and we're going to be talking about it with Rob too. Is we are going to be getting a store back together. So if anybody wants any unaffiliated merchandise, there will be a store coming up. I can't say exactly when, but look for it. How's that?
Yeah, we were talking amongst each other, trying to get the store back up, uh, get some things rolling, and dealing with the channel and so forth. So we'll be working out. So hopefully for a new year, things will get more respect. We're going to have some guests be coming on. And talks with a couple of people. So with that being said, I am out of here. Take care, everybody in the chat room. Thank you for listening to us, and enjoy talking to each one of them and converse and everything. Hey, J-Man.
Yes.
Love you, brother, but you don't need a license to travel, brother.
All right, man.
I'm leaving with that. See ya!
Later, man. If anybody wants to send Henry drugs, he will review them. Okay, Henry. Keep that in mind. The official that's Frogzilla, the official THC tester. Yeah, we do appreciate you guys each and every week coming on and listening to us dumbasses talk. We have fun. Try to anyway. Sometimes the show can be serious, but most of the time we're trying to have fun. You're here all the time, so you know how it goes. But that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and get off of here too. It's been 47 minutes. Don't forget to tune in to Doc Harley tonight. He has a special guest. Your guest is going to be on tonight, right, Doc? Let's see if Doc says anything. Well, there he is. He sure hopes so. Okay. Well, we'll definitely tune in, man. Y'all behave yourself. Peace, peace. Like Henry says, always. And don't forget, remember to be bad right there, Evil Rick. Catch y'all later. As soon as I push enough buttons here.